Yo, yo, yo. What's your favorite? Mark and Mark's Terrell. The other night I was talking shit in here about Six Toe Ho, right? And someone came in here beyond the veil. Are you like beyond the veil, Terror? If you are, leave me a comment. I think you are because I follow you or I'm subscribed to you. I watch your channel and stuff. So if that is you and you hear this, just leave me a comment and let me know if it's you or not. I think it's you, but I'm not sure. That's the same name. Hey Maria, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Remember the other night I was talking about like the six toe hoe and all that shit, right? And that person came in here beyond the veil. I don't know if you know. I don't know. Oh no, Maria, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Oh man, that sucks. What the heck did you eat? Hey Barbie, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? I just realized when was I talking all that shit in here? Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday I was talking about the six toe hoe and all that shit? I can't remember. I gotta go back to the video because the person came in my video like very briefly, and she was like, and her name was Beyond the Veil. I think she has if it is the right person, she has a channel too. Yeah, it was yesterday, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, it was last night, right? Yeah. Yeah, because there's a like at the end of like during that live there was a person that came in my chat and her name was oh here it is right here I got it. Oh beyond the veil. Oh behind the veil oracle. So it's not the same person. Never mind. I found it. That confused me. I was like, that woman ain't gonna come in here. Nah, it's a different person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a different person. Never mind. Scratch that. Because I was like caught up in like what we were talking about. Because this person's name is Behind the Veil Oracle. And then there's another woman that's called Beyond the Veil Tarot. She has a channel too, like so I thought it was the same person. I'm like, there's no way in how that woman's coming in here. She's like, I'm probably not her thing, her cup of tea. Yeah, and crusty toes, yes. Yeah. And every time I think about them toes, oh my god. That's probably why you was puking. Probably why you got sick. You was thinking about damn crusty ass toes. They had like there was this there was this is it buffering? Not here. It's not buffering on my end. Is it buffering for you, Barb? It's good on my end. Okay. It's you, Maria. because like there was a video not too long ago, right? On on uh on TikTok. And you know how like some women like they have like big ass feet and they can't find like sandals or shoes, right? So you know how like a lady has the sandals and then like she has the ankle strap and then the strap that goes right across her toes at the very front. This girl, she had like a one there, but her toes were so big it went over the shoe. So she took a permanent marker, a black marker, and made her own stripe. So it looked like if you looked right at it, you would know that she put the marker on there and made her own stripe, right? But when I saw that, I was fucking dying. I was like, this girl didn't just do that shit. So she made her own strap across her toes because her feet was so like her toes were so long and big that it went over the shoe. I was like, oh boy, the things these women do. But the six toe hoe, I always remember her. She never ever wore high heels or any type of heels or anything. Even when we guys went out, like we got dressed up one time, and she had like these regular like sneakers on or whatever. I'm like, why the fuck this girl's wearing sneakers every time you guys go out? Like, she wore heels once, but I don't know, she must have been in pain wearing them things. Yeah, if you're throwing up, you wanna drink Gatorade. Guys, make some noise. So yeah, I had a long day today. I had a very long day. Yeah, Gatorade's good. Fruit punch, Gatorade, good for you. But yeah, I got up this morning and I started cleaning my pool because the pool was filthy. It was green. The leaves were in there, dirt, all sorts of bugs and shit. So I finally today was no wind at all. No rain, no wind. So I finally had a chance to clean everything around the house. Raked up all the leaves. Um, then I cleaned up the pool. And then when I vacuumed the pool, all the leaves went inside the pump filter and it like clogged it all up. So I had to take that like three times. I had to change the filter, like take the leaves out of the filter. So then the third time, the pump was acting up, like it's too much air in the line from when I took the cover off the pump for the filter. So I called my friend that works on the pump and works on the pool. He was in the area, so he came by and he showed me how to do it properly, and then it would went back to normal. And then his pool guy was there, came like 20 minutes later, and he put some chlorine tablets in there and fixed it all up and cleaned everything. Now it's back to normal now. So I was like, all right, cool, thanks. So it's all like back to normal. It's all good now. Hey, Ali, how you doing? You good? So yeah, I did that, and I had to do a whole pile of fucking cleaning. I raked up so much leaves today. There were leaves everywhere. Guess what? What? You got good news? I hope. What good news you got? I don't want to hear no negative shit. Pregnant? No, she's definitely not pregnant. Guess what's not signed? I don't know. Because of AO. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised when it comes to him. He's just like a-hole number one. Oh, I'm sure he is. He's gonna try and outsmart you. The marriage agreement. Oh, so he didn't sign it. Oh, there you go. See, he wants to try stunts. I'm telling you, once you sign that shit, you're fucked. That's why he won't see the sign. Like he wants more than one night. Man, yeah, she's definitely not pregnant. She ain't getting no D right now. Yeah, yeah, I know he wanted to cut alimony in half because he only got one overnight, right? But I'm saying, how the fuck, he says all these things to look good, but he never takes care of the kids anyway. You know, your mom told me last night that he wanted to take them for the weekend. I'm like, those kids are gonna drive him nuts. He ain't never gonna want them back again. Like, who the fuck is he? Must be crazy. Yeah, exactly. They ain't gonna do well. You know that. They ain't gonna want that. Yeah, that guy is something else. Yeah, my day was good. I was talking about it right before you came in. I had to deal with my pool today. It was disgusting from all the bad weather. But now it's nice and clean again. Not that I'm going in there, but I like to keep it clean. Then I was going around in my van all day today. Well, not all day, but all afternoon. I was in my van, went to pick up my nephew. A few people saw me in my new van. Was like, "Oh my god, you got a new van, yay!" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Hey, Miss Bikini, how you doing? So now that it's not signed, so what's that mean? That means he can't take the kids, or he can't do anything yet. Because apparently, when you sign that shit, you're pretty much like fuck. You can't give up your rights, and you have to pay, and you have to do everything it says in there. Yeah. Well, like I told Ninja last night, I said it gives you guys a break, and it gives him a chance to see what life is like taking care of those kids by himself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's everybody. Yeah, he'll never do that because he ain't gonna deal with that. He don't do it. He didn't do it before. What makes you think he's gonna do it now? Ain't nothing changed. Same thing with my ex brother-in-law. When the first meeting ever, he said that, oh, my ex-wife, she's a good mom, and all I want to do is see my kids every other weekend. From right then and there, everybody knew you was a piece of shit. Who the fuck says you want to see your kids every other weekend? Get the fuck out of here, man. I want to see my kids every day. Fuck that. Every weekend. I want to see my kids every day, bro. I made those kids, they're mine. You ain't taking them away from me. You must be fucking mental. I'll tie that bitch up to a palm tree. So nothing will be done except the overnights for now. So we'll make it overnight. Yeah, exactly. But But he can. But once they're in his care, he can do. He can pretty much like do that if he wanted to, and you wouldn't even know. Yeah, unless you did find out. But still, he wants to probably make sure that he has somebody to help him because he can't handle it. Yeah, exactly. Well, for him not to sign that shit, that's because he don't want. He knows if he signs it, he's fucked. Because that's what happened with my ex brother-in-law. The lawyer told me and my sister, when he signs this paper, he can no longer go back and talk about I owe him money and my sister owes him money and all this bullshit that he came up with that was all fake shit, right? To make us mad. And she told me he can never like rewind and try and take you to court or like go on some false pretenses, which he wouldn't anyway because he knows I won anyway because I already proved that I worked for all the money that they gave me for the renovation because he was saying that my sister gave me money without him knowing. Meanwhile, it's from your account, it's from your joint account, so how the fuck do you not know? So anyway, right, long story short, he ended up signing that paper. So apparently, once you sign that, there's no turning back. You can't give up your rights. You have to pay, and you have to it's like an agreement that you make saying that you're willing to pay and you're willing to do this and willing to do that. And you can't give up your rights. But yeah, it's fine. Like you agree to all the terms. So my sister wants to. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. A new one. But if he hasn't even signed that one, then that's why he probably didn't sign it. You see what I'm saying? Right. I understand what you're saying, but in my sister's case, they already signed the paper. So my sister wants him to give up his rights. So that way she doesn't have to deal with him no more. And she doesn't even care about him paying for him anymore. She'll pay for him themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because my sister was paying all this time anyway, so she says she'll continue to pay and she doesn't care because she doesn't want to deal with him anymore. And I'm like, yo, you're gonna let him get off scot free then? And she's like, at this point in time, I don't care because he don't do anything anyway, so fuck him and I don't want him in my life. My sister fucking resents the shit out of him and don't want him involved anymore. And the kids don't speak to him anyway, so but I told my sister he'll never give up his rights because he's rich. He can afford to pay for them. And he's always paid for the school and shit like that because that money's not going to my sister. See what I'm saying? If he when he pays like a couple $1,000s a month child support, he knows that that money's gonna go in her account and she can use some of that money herself. And that's what a lot of men are against. But how the fuck are you supposed to put it in your child's account? And where the fuck is their credit card or whatever? You know? Like you're an idiot. So like they always think that they're paying for the kids and the wife. Meanwhile, my sister's got a job making more money than him. So what the fuck is your problem? So like he's just being a dick. So he's already agreed to pay for one of them school, right? School fees, which he does. That's the only thing he pays for is the annual school fee. He pays the whole thing because he's paying the school. He's not paying her or him. You see what I'm saying? So he continues to do that, right? I told him, let him keep doing it. Let him fucking pay. Fuck him, right? And then, but he doesn't want to pay the monthly child support. But he already signed that agreement, the paper saying that he has to. So I told my sister, because he signed, that's why your lawyer told you a long time ago, he's not going to give up his rights. Because if he did, if he was, he wouldn't have signed that paper. And like you just said, if my sister wants to change that and he wants to, they'd have to sign a new paper saying that he's giving up his rights. But he ain't gonna do it. He won't do it because everybody would diss the shit out of him. Oh, you gave up your rights to not pay. You're rich. What the fuck? You're this, you're that. He'd get run down to the ground. So I have a bet with my sister that he'll never give up his rights. He's only got another 2 more years to pay. So like, what's you might as well just pay it and that's it. And he's got back pay too. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Because now my sister's giving him the ultimatum. She says you either go to court and you're gonna get burnt a lot more than what we're asking, or you pay what we're asking and shut up, or give up your rights. You got three options: pay and shut up, go to court and get fucked, or give up your rights. That's what my sister wants to tell him. She wants him to choose an option. And I told my sister that giving up the right shit is not an option unless you like if he says, okay, I'll give up my rights, we have to sign a new paper. And my sister would sign a guarantee because she don't want nothing to do with it. And I said, well, he's gonna get away with nothing then. She's like, I don't care. Because my sister, she can afford to deal with the kids, and everything herself. Like, and she has me to help her if she needs me anyway. So it's like she wants nothing to do with it. Like she would rather him give up his rights. But he won't do it because he's such a narcissistic bastard that he wants to know their every move. Like he wants to know when they're going away. He even offered to pay half of the vacation so he knows where they are and what they're doing. See what I'm saying? That's a narcissistic trait. They if they can hold on to any type of power trip by law or by like the court, the agreement, he's gonna take it because he's not gonna lose any money because he's got money. See what I'm saying? So like I told my sister, he's never gonna take that option. I highly doubt it. But if he does, oh well, not my problem. She'll be relieved. But I know a lot of people that gave up their rights for their kids so they won't have to pay for them anymore. Because a lot of men get mad paying a whole pile of money for a child and that they don't even need all that money. But what it is, you're paying for the mother of the child to like, live in luxury and take care of your child. So like why does the guy have to pay all that money for? You see what I'm saying? He ain't got to pay for the mother. He's got to pay for his child. So a lot of this court shit is fucked up for like a decent guy. You know what I'm saying? That wants to take care of his kids and shit like that. So some of the court shit is fucked up, but some of it is good because a lot of these men need to pay. A lot of these men need to get their karma for not taking care of their child in the first place. And for a man not to even take care of their children when they break up and they like see how a-hole ain't seen those kids how long? How long is that guy haven't physically seen his kids? I'm sure it's been a while now, like a couple weeks, right? Or has he actually seen them like face to face in the last week or so? Like a few days, yeah. But he's seen them, but he hasn't physically like been with them like overnight and shit, right? Yeah, you said a few days. It's been a few weeks. I know, because I remember. That's why I'm confirming it with you, because I know it's been more than that. I know it's been at least 2 weeks. Yeah, I know. Time flies. So see, look at that. He's sitting here complaining that he wants to have him for a weekend, and you ain't even seen him in 2 weeks. And when you were with your kids, you didn't even give a fuck about him like that. Man, fuck off, man. See all that shit, all that because see, he knew his lawyer probably told him, right? I should have been a fucking lawyer, but I'm glad I'm not, because I'll burn the shit out of some people. But in his case, right, the lawyer probably told him, look, if you don't take care of these kids on the weekends or offer it, then you're gonna get burnt. But even if he doesn't have a lawyer, he has somebody like guiding him or telling him shit. I'm sure he has a friend that's in that situation because there's a lot of guys who have told me how it works and what you have to do to get over and what you got to do, like what's the right thing to do, how you're going to spend less money if you do more. So he wants to, that's why he's asking to see those kids and spend the weekend with them, so it makes him look good. Because if he says, oh, I take care of my children on weekends, or I want to see them more often, and he's gonna try and do that so he don't have to pay more money. Because if you if you take care of your kids, then you pay less because you're paying for them when you see them. So that means he has to give you less, because that's his whole thing, is giving you less money every month. And then he has to take care of those kids. So when he takes care of them, he's got to cough up the money to pay for them. You see what I mean? So if you were to ever go to court, he would say, "Oh, I take care of my kids, so I ain't giving her, you know, 2 grand, 3 grand a month. Fuck that, because I take care of my kids and I gotta pay for them when they're with me." So that's what he wants to do. That's why he's pushing for it, because he's heard it from somebody, and that's how it works. Because there's a guy I know, right? He he was paying 5 grand a month for one child, because the ex-wife told the court, this guy used to beat me, right? There's police reports, and this we live a luxury life. We're millionaires. So if this child continues to live this luxury life, and he only takes this kid on the weekends, then I want 5 grand a month. And the fucking judge gave it to him, gave it to her. So he was paying 5 grand a month when the kid was like young, probably like maybe 5, 6 years old, something like that, right? Now the kid's like, now he's like 12, 13, something like that. He's probably like 13 years old now. So he went back to court and told the judge, look, I've agreed to keep my son for a whole week, 1 week off, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off. So I ain't paying $5,000 a month no more. I'll pay $1,000 a month, because I spend a lot of money on him 2 weeks out of the month. So the judge goes, okay, yeah, there is proof of you doing that. Okay, I'm cutting it down to 1,000. I'll grant you your wish, because he's over 12 now. So he went from paying 5 grand a month to paying $1,000 a month, because he took on more responsibility, taking care of his son once 2 weeks out of the month. So it was half and half. See? And while he was with him and living with him, he was living off of him. He was paying for his lunch, taking him to school, all that bullshit. See what I'm saying? So he got off. So if a man shows the court that he's taking care of his kids and him paying for them, then he ain't got to give you hardly anything. That's up to you to pay for your half. That's the only way you can get over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how it works. That's how it works here. Now, I don't know how it works there, but that's how it works here. That's how the system is, because I know that for a fact. And I'll tell you something, what happened to my friend 25 years ago. 25 years ago, right? My friend, his girlfriend, his baby mama left him, went away, and lived with her parents. She wasn't from here, but she went back away and took their 2-year-old son, right? Because she has rights for him. And he had to pay $860 a month because she was living away. He had to pay all that money a month just for that, just for his baby. And because the baby was away, he didn't have to pay as much as if it was here, because the cost of living here is way more than the States, right? Even 20 some years ago. But I remember he was paying $860 a month, and he was so fucking mad because he couldn't even see his son. And he went to the court, fought the courts. He went broke just trying to fight it, trying to get rights. And now his son is like maybe 27 now or 20 something. And I saw my friend not too long ago, and he says that he has the best relationship with his son now. They talk to each other all the time, everything, blah, blah, blah. So he's like happy as fuck. He said to me, I remember you told me, Mark, that when my son gets older, he's gonna realize the truth, and that's when my relationship with him will be better. And I said, yeah, damn right, I told you. I said, because when the fucked up baby mamas keep their son away from their husband, from their baby daddy on purpose, and be a bitch and take his money and not and like act like she's got all these rights, when the man wants to take care of his child, that's fucked up. But if you weren't taking care of the child all this time, then what gives you a right to tell the baby mama, oh, I want to see my kids now? You want to see them now because you don't want to fucking pay the full price. But when you were living home, if you did take care of the kids, we wouldn't be separated. You fucking idiot. You see what I'm saying? It's so fucking annoying when you think about it. And I get so mad when I think about those situations, because there's so many people who would love to have a family and kids, and then these people like just take it for granted. And then when they gotta fucking pay, they're like, oh yeah, fuck that, I ain't paying. I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm gonna take care of my kids now just because I ain't gotta get that bitch money. I'm heard guys say that shit to me, and I look at them and I want to beat them with a baseball bat. I know, Maria. Yeah, it's fucked up. You know. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Barb, and that's what happened. See, when 2 years ago, when my sister broke up with that asshole, right? These boys were 13 and 15. Now they're 15 and 17, right? And the lawyer told my sister, because they're both over the age of 12, they have their right to say, I'm not dealing with my dad. They don't have to go see him. And they said right there and then and there, I don't want to see that guy ever again for what he did to us, my uncle and my mom. Fuck him. And that's how it's been for the past 2 years. They want nothing to do with him. And they told me that if they see him in public and he says something, they're gonna beat his ass. And I said, please don't do that shit. And like, I don't know if I'm gonna hold back. I might slap the shit out of him. And I'm telling you one thing, those boys are big and they'll slap the shit out of them. I hope to God they don't. And I don't encourage it either. Because it's not good to beat up your dad, or your mom, as much as they're fucked up, It's not a good thing. But because they're old enough, they have a choice. And I told them, you don't have to put your hands on him because that's what he wants. He's been begging me to put his hands on him so I can get locked up. Talking all this shit about me, lying about me, provoking me. I'm paying him no mind because I don't care. I'm loving my life right now. I got everything I've always wanted. I'm good. I got my new van. I've got a workshop courtesy of him. Got a nice house. We guys have got everything because your dumb ass left. So we're good. Got a pool. We got a nice house. Fuck you, asshole. I don't care what you say about me. Because everything you say is a lie anyway, and everybody knows who you are. And you're now engaged to the woman you've been cheating on my sister with indirectly, right? You're now engaged to this dirty hoe that's been fucked by people at your own job. Like, you're disgusting. Like, how could you live with yourself? And then you want your children to speak to you? You're fucking crazy. I wouldn't speak to you no more either. Cheat on my mom? Fuck you. I hope your dick falls off, you fucking asshole. That's how those guys feel. And rightfully so. That's bullshit, man. That's fucked up. If my dad did that shit to my mom, I'll never speak to him again. Hell no. And that's the choice that those boys had. They said, I'm never speaking to that guy again. He can rot in hell. He could die tomorrow and I won't go to his funeral. I won't even care about him. And that's the resentment that people have. And I keep telling people that it doesn't matter If the person's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your wife, your ex-wife, fuck you, man. You know, like you want to disrespect somebody, you can't keep going back to that person. Don't matter who they are in your life. Yeah, I know, Ali. It's a lot difficult for you, and I feel for the children because being like that young, it's fucked up. Like Yeah, I am too, Barb, and I'm glad. My sister is a different person, man. I've never seen her so happy and so free in my life. It's a blessing, and I'm happy for her. And I encouraged her to get rid of that guy, and she finally did it. And she thanks me every day for being by her side. And I told her I wasn't gonna let that guy destroy us. Hell no, or these children. Fuck that idiot. Or because he had money and power, he thought he was gonna get over us, but we were smarter than him. See, sometimes when you're rich and you got power, you honestly think that you can't be stopped or nobody can tell you what to do or you're above the law. He got a wake up call. See, because we fucked him over. We recorded everything. We had everything on camera. We had everything. We fucked him over so bad with his own bullshit. He fucked himself, but we had evidence. We had so much evidence that he couldn't even do anything. Well, that's the thing. Try not to not encourage them or whatever. Like don't or because like he left you, or because you got rid of him. At the end of the day, he's the father of the children, right? In your case, I would say let him see what life is like, and if something happens, God forbid anything does, but if anything happens with him and those children, he loses everything. He's fucked. So he's you know him better than anybody. So you got to ask yourself, is he capable of taking care of these kids for a weekend? And if you don't think he can, or he's not going to last, or he's probably going to do one weekend and be like, fuck this, you know? Exactly. See? So there you go. So you have what my advice to you as your friend is this, right? Right. And I know that's to me, that's the best age to have a child. Like that's the best age of a child. That's when they're learning, when they're saying cool things. I wish my nephews were 3 and 4 again. Those were the best times of my life when I was with them. I love them. I You could pick them up, you could squeeze them, you could hug them, you could kiss them, you could teach them things, and they say cool shit, and they say things and funny shit. You could play with them. You could do all sorts of things with them when they're at 3 and 4. Man, it's so cool when they're that age. But when they're older, like everything disappears. Those really cool days are over, and he's missing that. Like he's such a fucking idiot. I don't understand how people could like neglect a child like that, man. And they're so fucking cute. And you're lucky. He's lucky. You guys are lucky to have a boy and a girl. There's a lot of people who always wanted a boy, don't have him. Always wanted a girl, can't have him. Here you are, got both, and this fucking ass don't even care. Like. Yeah, but if he wants those kids for that long, let him. And I guarantee the next time he's gonna change his mind. I guarantee you. He's gonna be like, yeah, fuck this. I just realized what it's like. I got him all by myself. And I told Ninja yesterday that if he takes those kids, he's probably gonna ask his mom to come help him. Or well, obviously his dad's in the hospital, but he'll probably ask his mom to come help him. And then Ninja said the mom's just as bad. See, so they're not gonna be able to handle it. And those kids, because they're not used to him anymore, and they're that age, they're gonna be so mad, they're gonna be so fussy, And he's gonna be like, fuck this. I don't even want to do this shit. I'm just gonna pay and shut the fuck up. I doubt he's gonna be able to handle that because most guys can't handle that shit. That's double trouble. Oh boy. But my advice is just to let him take the kids, let him deal with them, and he's gonna change his mind. Mark my words. He'll be like, fuck this. Or he's gonna come up with a better plan where he's gonna have help. Because there's no way he could do it on his own. Yeah, exactly. Yep. There you go. So that's the thing. That's why you just mark my words. Just allow. I know it's like trauma for them in a way, but it's good for him to see like how life is. A lot of people need to see what life is like when you got both your kids by yourself and there's no mommy to help, no granny to help, nobody to help you, and you're all by yourself and you're shitting yourself because you know if you fuck up, you're never gonna hear the end of it. See, he's under a lot of pressure right now. That's how you gotta look at it. And I know it's like kind of fucked up to even think about. And I know you don't want your kids to be in any type of jeopardy or any type of fucked up situations. But sometimes you just gotta let this happen. So that way, if he fucks up, you ain't gotta worry about him dealing with him anymore. Like to a certain extent. And he'll try something else, believe me. He'll think twice about taking them. And that's why my ex brother-in-law said from the very first meeting, I want to see my kids every other weekend. He never said I'm gonna have my kids because he don't even have like a place for them to sleep because he was in a one bedroom apartment. So he had it all planned out. So he would hang out with them and then bring them back home, but he don't never spend the night with them. So what's the sense of them even wanting being with you? Like that's not taking care of your children. You're a fucking idiot. The kids will suffer, yes, but you know what? When they come home to their mother, it's gonna be no more suffering, and that at least they ain't got to deal with them 24/7. But you know the unfortunately the kids always suffer because the parents' decisions and the parents not getting along and things like that is everybody. It's all their fault. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for your children, even though the separation is a bad thing, like going to the dad, going to the mom, all that shit. But it's good in a way for that parent to see what Ali goes through, but he already knows, right? But see, Ali has her mom and dad and sister to help her with the kids, right? But who does he have? He don't have nobody to help him. His parents don't want to help or don't care. See, so they can't handle that shit. It's gonna be, and those kids don't know those people like they know Ali's family. See, it's a different vibe. And because then it's been so long now that they haven't been together all the time, it's gonna be worse for them, not the kids. The kids are gonna be like, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this shit no more." You know, and then they're gonna be like, then they're gonna feel. Then he's gonna be like, "I might as well just not even do this because it ain't working." And that's just it. It's fucked up, but you know what? It needs to happen sometimes. And kids are smart. If you're 3 and 4, they're smart. Don't know what's going on. They'll see, and they'll look him right in his face and say, "Look, we don't want to be with you. We want to go home to mommy. Fuck you." They ain't gonna say fuck you, but some of them will. But they'll say, "Look, we don't want to be with you. You're fucking boring. We're going back to my mommy. Take us back home. Fuck you. No, we can't go. Start throwing shit. Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, fucking get in the car, you little fuckers. I'm taking you back home. Fuck this shit. I need a lawyer. I'm gonna pay and fuck this. I ain't dealing with this shit no more. I'm telling you, mark my words. That's what's probably gonna happen. Yeah, those kids ain't dumb. Kids are so smart. You'd be surprised how smart those little buggers can be. Cause when my nephews were young, they used to come over here and they used to say, Uncle Mark, my daddy's naughty. My daddy did this. My daddy did that. You know what daddy did today? He did that. You know, he's naughty. We don't want to be there when he's there. We're going to come over here. Can we stay here? I said, yeah, you can stay here. And they were like 4, 5, 6 years old when they started coming over here telling me that their daddy's naughty. They know. They ain't stupid. Smart kids, trust me. And kids talk amongst themselves. So when they go to nursery, when they go to kindergarten, when they go to school, the other ones talk, oh, guess what? My daddy did this to my mommy. Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? My daddy did this and my mommy did that. Oh, I don't even have a daddy. Oh, my mommy did this. My mommy had 2 men down there. They know everything. Those fuckers know everything. They're like a movie camera. Believe me when I tell you, I'm heard them talking. Man, when I was young, they did that shit too. Yeah. I used to like my mom's side of the family a lot, and now I don't even like no side. I only speak to a couple of my cousins. I don't speak to hardly any of my cousins now. We used to be cool back in the day, but now they're all fucked up. They're all mentally, ill and weirdos, and they're all like stuck up idiots. They don't even like speak. They're weird. They all got fucked up lives. They're all a bunch of idiots, and I don't really speak to like a lot of people in my family no more. They're all haters. They're all like jealous. They're all weird, and I don't care. Like I'm the type of person I don't care if you're my family or not. If I don't like you, I'm not going to speak to you. If you're toxic and you're negative, I don't want you around me. I don't give a fuck who you are. It don't phase me who you are in my family or if we're related. I don't care. I don't care about you like that. You see what I'm saying? Hey Ninja, how you doing? And that's how everybody should be. Like you should never just hang on to somebody because they're your family. Man, fuck those people. They ain't worried about you. I have an uncle here in Bermuda. That's my dad's dad. I don't like him or his wife or my auntie. Both of them. They're like the worst auntie and uncle I have. And I don't like him. Never did. Never will. And I did a job for my auntie's best friend, and I didn't even know they were best friends. She told me, "Oh, your auntie Mary and your uncle, you speak to them all the time." I said, "No, not really." And I had to watch myself, and I was like, "No, we don't really speak to each other like that. Like, we speak when we see each other, but that's about it. We don't really hang out." She goes, "Oh, okay, because your aunt Mary is my best friend." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's nice. I don't give a fuck." So I said, "Okay, I know what's going on here. I'm gonna, she's gonna go back and tell my auntie and uncle what a great electrician I am after I finish her house. Watch." So that's what happened. I finished their house, and she went back and told my auntie and uncle that I was a great electrician. I gave her a good price. I did everything. I did my job, no problem. Blah 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 blah. And she said that I was the best, electrician that she's ever had in her lifetime. So then my uncle who calls me a month after my I did that job for the best friend. He goes, "Oh, you did a job for so and so." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, I got some electrical work for you to do at my house if you're available." I said, "Well, I can't, Uncle. I can't do nothing for you right now. I'm working for my sister and we're doing a big renovation. We're doing a pool. We're doing this. We're doing." I said, "I have no time whatsoever. I have to be on this job all the time because I'm like the foreman. I have to take care of everything and I don't have time for that." So I can recommend somebody to you. "Oh, what do you mean you ain't got no time?" I said, "Just like I said, I ain't got no time. I don't give a fuck if you're my uncle. You ain't never gave me, I've been on my own for 17 years. You knew I was on my own. You never gave me no fucking work. Now you want to give me work because your wife's best friend told you that I'm a good electrician? I'm your fucking nephew, you bastard. You won't even call me and say, 'Oh, you got your own business. I'm happy for you, my nephew. I got some work for you.' But you had to hear from somebody else that I'm a good electrician. Man, fuck you and your work. I don't need your work, jackass." And that's pretty much what I told him. I don't need your work. Fuck you, boy. You know? Like, how the fuck can an uncle do that to a nephew? And then because I treat my nephews so good, for him to like give me work after all these years because a woman told you that I'm good and I did her job properly. So what's this trial and error? You don't trust me? Man, go fuck yourself. And I never worked for him. I recommended my friend to him, and my friend said that he did the job. And I was like, good. Fuck that guy. I don't care if you're my uncle or whatever. If you treat me like shit, I'm gonna treat you like shit when the time comes. I'm gonna give you some of your own medicine. Don't ever think I need your work, because I don't. And that's why these things happen to us. Is to let us know that, hey, all because you're my family and you've been treating me like shit don't mean I have to like turn the cheek and say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be cool to you now because now you want to acknowledge me. Man, go fuck yourself. No way. Mm-mm. I'm a different breed. I don't need anybody like that. And I don't want to be around people who disrespect me, don't speak to me, don't care about me, and only want me to be around when you want me as your convenience. That's why this world's the way it is, because people are so gullible and so vulnerable to catering to a piece of shit that don't do nothing for you. No. If you don't do shit for me, I ain't doing nothing for you either. But if I do shit for you and then you start doing shit for me, or you treat me with respect, or you're cool and you acknowledge me, then we're good to go. I ain't asking you to worship me. I'm just asking you to show me some respect. If you do, we're good. If not, I don't need you. Go about your business. I try and tell not a lot of people on here, oh, because somebody you were with somebody for a period of time, or they're your ex, or they're your baby daddy or your baby mama, you're not obligated to give in to that person or to even entertain that person at any cost. You're done with them, you're done with them. That's it. Move on. Don't even entertain it. Don't even give it your energy. Excuse me. And I'm trying to tell people all the time, like, people make a mistake trying to allow these people back into your life. Don't do that shit. Don't let people back into your life. Get rid of these motherfuckers. They're not worthy to be around you. And if they come back in your life, you're always gonna have that thing in the back of your head saying, I can't trust this fucker. Or, I know that they don't even care about me. So why are you even entertaining them? Leave them alone. Don't say nothing to them. Treat them like a piece of shit that they are. Don't give in to that shit. Only do it if the person's really genuinely coming back and really showing you some real love and real like respect. Otherwise, that don't even do it. Fuck these people. I don't care who they are to you. Don't give them the time of day like that. Family will always hurt you, man. They will always hurt you the most because you feel deep down inside, or because you're related, or because you're a family, right? It's a powerful word people use. Oh, you're my family. You're supposed. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm your family. Well, guess what? No. Well, who's Selena's? Who's Selena? I don't know who Selena's is. Oh, I thought I was a person. Oh, we're his parent. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, well, I think you are. Yeah, I think you should just allow him to do it. Yeah, I would let him do it. I thought Selena, it was a person or something, like an auntie or something like that. No, if that's a place. Well, remember I just finished telling you not too long ago that, and I told this to Ninja yesterday, that if he takes those kids and he's not gonna have them by himself, he's gonna want to take them to his parents' house. And that's why, because he can't handle them kids like that. So he's gonna have to have his mom involved and his dad, but obviously the dad's not there. But maybe, I don't think, I wouldn't say you're tripping, but I would have just allowed him to do it. If he wants to take them 3 hours away to go see the grandma and all that, that's cool. What's wrong with that? At least they go on a car ride and at least they go see the grandma and they get to spend time with him and they can see what life is like taking care of their grandchildren and their children. I wouldn't say you're tripping, but I would say let him do it. Why not? Yeah, why not? It's okay. That's what I'm saying. Why don't you let them do it overnight? Do it overnight. They can have them overnight, sure, and they can keep them up all night. Wake them up during the night. Daddy, I gotta pee. Grandma, Grandma, I gotta pee. I can't sleep. Ah, and they gotta get up. They're like, fuck, this is a bad idea. I'm so mean. Oh boy. I gotta use the bathroom. Please let me go. Please let me. I can see it now. They'll be so fed up. They're like, this is a bad idea, a hole. Well, mom, this is the only way I can not pay that much if I take my kid children and deal with them. You gotta help me. If not, you gotta pay. I'm not giving Ali no money. Yeah. It's up to you at the end of the day. You know your children and you know them better than anybody else. So you gotta ask them, say, do you want to spend the night at granny's house or at daddy's house? And if they say no, then oh well. If they say no, then fuck it. They're not going to the hospital. Well, if they are going to the hospital, then fine. You know, at least they're going to at least their grandfather. They get to see their grandfather. But what if he passes away? Like, let's say the worst case scenario, at least he gets to see his grandchildren before he passes away. If that's how serious it is. I don't know, Ali. It's up to you. But I mean, it's hard, but it's up to them. Hi, Sophia. Yeah, it's up to you, really. But you know, it's not nothing serious. Oh well, yeah. Barb, I would say that yes and no because if If the father was involved, I would say it wouldn't be a problem, right? Because he's involved. But if he don't see them every week or every other day, or even like talk to him, video chat every day, then I would say no, because they're not gonna want to. Them themselves are not going to want to stay there. I'm sure if you ask them, can you want to spend the night here with daddy? They're gonna say hell no. You know what I mean? They're gonna say hell no. So, but if he was involved, which he isn't, if he was involved more, then the kids would be like, yeah, sure, we'll spend the night at daddy's, you know? But see, to me, that's the only way it'll work. Because if it was me, I would be involved in my kids' lives. So that way, if they say, look, yeah, I know what you're saying, but hear me out. Like if he was involved, the kids would want to spend time with their dad, right? But he's not. So yes, they're too young because they're not gonna. It's not that they're too young. It's just they're not. They don't want to do it. They're not gonna want to spend time with him because they're not used to him. They're not used to spending the night with him no more. It's not. It don't happen. If they were, if he was involved in their lives every day, you know, what's so hard about calling? Like he can. Let me tell you something. He can call, right? He can call Ali right now, or every night he can call Ali and say, listen, can I please say can I please say good night to my kids? Please. Give him the phone for me, please. And that's what I would do. Me personally, that's what I would do. I would say, look, just let me say good night to the kids, please, on a video chat. And I would video chat and say, hey, sweetie, how you doing? You know, hey, whoever, whatever, you know, daddy said good night, you know, I love you guys, you know, blah, 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 blah. I would do it every day. Every fucking day. I would never go one day without not doing that shit for my kids. You must be nuts. But see, because he doesn't do it, they're not gonna want to spend the night with him. But if he did it every night and he was involved, they would say, hell yeah, we're gonna go spend the night at daddy's. Yeah. Bye, mommy. See you later. If it was my kids, I'm telling you right now, my kids will want to stay with me more than their own mother. I'll put my life on. That's why God didn't give me no kids. Because my baby mama would be mad as shit. Those kids will love me more than fucking her. Without even doing extra shit. They would just love me because I love kids that much that they would love me so much. Just like my nephews, my sisters and brothers used to get jealous when those kids used to come running to me all the time. Uncle Mark, let me see your fish tank. Let's go play basketball. Let's go play football. Let's go do this. Oh, make me an airplane, paper airplane. Let's go play. Let's go do that. And I used to play with them all the time. Those kids were my life when I was younger, and they still are. They still we still hang out and talk shit and have fun. Now that they're older, they know. On Christmas, they were all talking about how we were younger, how they were younger and doing all these things, and how they came over and I got them all involved in things and stuff like that, and always played with them. They know who's right from wrong. Same thing with a parent. Same thing with a parent. If that ass was involved in their lives, then they would want to go spend the night with him and the grandma. Yes, mommy, we're gonna go spend the night with daddy this weekend because he says he's gonna take us to this park or he's gonna do what he did when he was living with us. We're gonna have a campfire or we're gonna go sleep in a fucking tent, roast marshmallows or some bullshit. You know? You see what I'm trying to get to? Right? If he was involved, those kids will feel no way about telling their mother, look, yes, we're going to spend the night with daddy this weekend and grandma's coming over. Or we're going to spend the night at grandma's and daddy's going to spend the night there too. And we're going to have a great time. We're going to do a campfire. We're going to, do this. We're going to do that. But there is none of that. So then how can these children give a fuck about you? Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah, of course, because of their age, they're afraid. You know, of course they're afraid because if they say no, he's gonna say, "Too bad, you gotta fucking stay here," and then they're probably gonna be scared that they're gonna get hit or like smacked, or he's probably gonna scold them or shout at them, and then that's the end of that, and they're gonna be miserable for hours. Here comes a ninja. Calm down, ninja. See, that's my point. And the same thing that you're going through is what my nephews went through. Even my sister-in-law, my ex-sister-in-law, that's my brother's wife. She neglected those two boys for 5 years, and now she calls them up every weekend and says hi to them. What you doing? You guys want to go to dinner? Sometimes they say no. Sometimes they say yes. They went out last weekend. This past weekend, not this weekend it just passed, but last weekend, they went to some restaurant and they said that she paid for it and that's it. And just interrogated them about their lives. And then they went home. And the only reason she gives a fuck about them now is because she has a new car, right? And she has enough money now. See what I'm saying? So it's like because it's her at her convenience now, she can and because she doesn't have to wipe their asses anymore and they're older, they're 18 and 20 and they got their own money and they got their own jobs, so you're gonna talk to them now. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. She don't say nothing to me because she knows. I'll tell her straight up. I'm telling you, these people are lucky that I'm not my old self because I will roast them on the internet and I will make them look so bad they wouldn't even want to look. They wouldn't even want to blink. But I stay out of everything now. I want to stay humble. I want to stay positive, and I just take care of my nephews as much as I can. And if they need me, I'm always there for them because they had deadbeat parents. My brother, he took care. He's taking care of those boys and did a good job, even though he's a dickhead. But he had no choice because that hoe left him, right? And those boys are now older now and got their own job and their own, they're doing great. Um, and my nephew's next door. Ever since that asshole, you know, ever since that asshole left 2 years ago, those boys have evolved. They're so much better now than they've ever been. And my sister, and I'm happier too because I hate his guts anyway. I was the only one who really hated him and still do. So when he left here, everybody's like, "Fuck, I know Mark's happy," because we used to butt heads every time. We didn't like each other at all. But I don't let my hatred for somebody take over my mind and my soul and my body. I don't let that happen because then you win. I'm not gonna let you win. You're just a piece of shit to me. That's it. And I move on and go about my business. I live my life. I ain't gonna worry about you no more. I can talk about you and that not be emotional about it. She was away from those boys for 5 years. She didn't even give a fuck about him. She spoke to him on the phone every night, once a week, but she never really engaged with them and came to see them and took them anywhere until just now. For 5 years, she didn't give a fuck about those kids. And ever since she started to come back into their lives last year, the boys diss her. They're like, they don't diss her to her face, but they tell me and they tell my brother and they tell my mom that like when we talk about it, I don't bring it up, but if they bring it up, they're like, yeah, like that's like my mom. We don't give a shit. When she says she's gonna take us out, we just let her pay for everything because she owes us, and we don't really want to go, but We're just gonna go to get something for free. Little does she know we don't give a fuck about her. We're just gonna use her like she did to us. And I was like, all right, if that's what you guys want to do, go for it. They're like, yeah, fuck her. We'll take her money and take her shit. That's it. That's how they feel. See, they're 18 and 20, so they know what she is. They know who she is. They know she's a dirty ass hoe, and they know that she owes them. So they just use her to like eat for free at a restaurant every now and then and take whatever she gives them. That's what they tell me. They say, yeah, we're gonna use her now. Fuck it. We don't really want to be with her, but we'll use her ass. It's only for a few hours. They're funny as shit. Yeah. It's sad, but you know what? I'm glad they have that mentality. I would do the same thing. Well, I wouldn't do the same thing. I wouldn't even speak to that hoe no more. But see, they're just doing it just to use her. They're like, look, I'm not giving out free food, Uncle Mark. That bitch could pay. That's exactly what they say. I'm like, yeah, go for it, man. Take her for whatever she's giving you. She owes you anyway. Fuck that hoe. And my nephew is with their father. They could care less about him. That guy has not called those boys on the phone ever. It's just text messages, and now there's no texting. They blocked him, and then when they blocked him, he cut off their phones, and then now my sister pays for him, and then he tells his lawyer that my sister is alienating his kids from him. No, jackass, you cut their phones off because they fucked you off for lying, because that's all you do is lie, and you're lying again and again and again. That's why you've been through 3 lawyers and you're a piece of shit and nobody likes you. The only person that's with you is your dirty ass hoe. That's it. It's just you and your hoe. She might even have a 6 toe. You never know, but I know she's a hoe. And she's probably taking him for everything he's got. And good. I hope she is. I hope she literally sucks him dry, money wise and everything. Not my problem. Long as he ain't around me or she ain't around me, not my problem. I could care less. I'm happy as can be. I ain't got to deal with them. Every Christmas time now, when I don't see those 2 pieces of shit, it's so nice. Christmases are so nice now. I don't get to see my jackass ex brother-in-law and my hoe ass sister-in-law. I don't have to see them no more. Smell you later, ho. Goodbye, asshole. Don't have to see you on Christmas Day ever again. I can see my nephews, but I don't have to see you. The last 7 Christmases has been really good. I don't have to see any of them. Well, the last 2 years I haven't seen my ex brother-in-law, which is great. That's why the last 2 Christmases have been the best. And before that, it was that dirty hoe. We ain't seen her forever. It's beautiful. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Barb. And that's what I pretty much told my nephews, you know. You know? Wow. See? Yeah, because they're getting a divorce, see? So that's what they do. Just you and your 6 toe hoe. Just you and your 6 toe hoe. That everybody knows. Especially those ugly You can be my backup singer, Barb. Ninja, that's crazy. But you know what? I'm not surprised because they're not together. So why should he have to pay for her phone? But see, this is getting back to what I just said. So because he pays for her phone, right? Now listen, hear me out here, right? Yeah, see? Right. So there you go. See, Ali did the right thing. I'm proud of her. So see, this is what I'm trying to say. So if he was smart, which he isn't, he's an Aquarius, but he's not smart. He's actually pretty dumb. There's a lot of dumbass Aquarians in the world anyway. Not all Aquarians are smart, right? If they were, they'd be like me and maybe you. But yeah. What my point is this. So if he was smart, right, and I was him, and I'm paying for my baby mama's phone, right? So if I'm paying for my baby mama's phone, right, because that's what you are to him now. You're just his baby mom. You're not his woman anymore. I would say, hey, I pay for your phone, and I want you to video chat right now and put my kids on the phone because I'm paying for that phone. I want to talk to my kids. And I'm sure you would have no problem with that, as long as you did it in a kind way, you know? But if you refuse, I'd be like, look, I pay for your fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Let me speak to my children, please. That's all I would ask. Is like, let me speak to my children, please. Or I would buy a phone, right? And say, look, turn this phone on at 6 o'clock every evening. And I want to speak to my children. That's it. I'll do a prepaid thing. If you don't want me to do it on your phone, I'll buy a phone just for my kids. That's what I would do because that I want to speak to my children. But that wouldn't happen anyway. But if even if I was in that predicament, it would never be my fault because I'll never cheat and I'll never disrespect my wife or my children. Hell no. But see, the people who do, that's what you have to deal with. So if I ended up marrying a woman that ended up cheating on me and then she left me and I'm taking my children. Fuck that hoe. Hell no. I'm taking my kids. I don't care what age they are. I will go to the court right away. I'll say, look, this bitch cheated on me. I got evidence, and I don't want this lying, cheating whore around my children. I want full custody on my kids, or if she wants to take care of them, she can have them for a week. I'm gonna have them for a week. And the more evidence I get of her doing dumb shit, I will fucking burn her ass and take my children and fucking take them for good. That's what I would do. I would never let my kids be with some dirty hoe after that. I don't know. That's why I'm so glad I never ever impregnated any woman in my life because I know what would happen. That exactly what I just said. And I'm dealing with a fucking idiot bitch that would try and take me and for everything I'm got. No, you won't. No, you fucking won't. That's why no woman wants me. They say, yeah, this guy and I'm fucking burning my ass. No, no, you ain't got me. That bitch would be paying me child support. That's what would happen. Don't let those kids be teenagers already. Oh boy, they'll never go back to you. They were like, I'm hanging out with my dad. Fuck you, dirty asshole. Yeah, see, that's ridiculous, Ninja. How he don't even FaceTime them or call them. Same thing with my ex brother-in-law. My sister told the lawyer to tell his lawyer in the letter that if you want communication with your children, fucking call them. But you don't. You don't pick up that phone and call them. You know why? Because you know exactly what those boys are gonna tell you, and it's gonna break your heart. Those boys are gonna say, "Who the fuck you calling me for? You cheating, lying bastard." Now that I have you on the phone, you know what? Let me tell you what a piece of shit dad you are. And those boys will do it. Those boys will fuck him off till no end. That's why he don't call. And now he's blocked. Those boys don't want nothing to do with that guy. It's sad, but it's the only way. Yeah. And see, look, his parents don't and same thing with his parents. His parents and they didn't care. Let me tell you something about it says my okay. It said my connection was bad, but now it's fine. Let me tell you something, Ninja, right? You're a great grandma, and I know you are. There's not too many grandmas out there. You know what that asshole's mother said to my sister? I'm not taking care of your kids. I took care of my own kids. You guys can take care of your own kids. And your mom's home all day. She can take care of she can be a grandmother to those kids and take care of them. I gotta go to work. That's what she said to my sister. And those boys never liked that side of the family. They would go to their family functions and they would come back straight to my house and tell me. They would come straight over to my apartment and say, Uncle Mark, I'm so glad I'm not there no more. It was the most boringest shit ever. We didn't do anything like how we do with our family. All they did was sat there on their phones and iPads and watch TV and talk about everybody's life, and that's it. No sports, no games, no nothing. Just sit there like a bunch of idiots. Because we don't want to go there anymore. But his mom, right? The grandmother, she sends those boys a couple $100 every birthday and for Christmas. She still does it. She's never not did it. Even though those boys don't speak to her and she don't speak to those boys, she still deposits money into their account because she's a millionaire. So a couple $100 ain't nothing to her. But she's so dumb. She's giving those kids money, and she won't even call them and say, "I know it's your birthday today. I sent you some money in your account to buy yourself something. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I wish you would speak to me, or I wish nothing. No phone call. No nothing." When I tell people that here in Bermuda, they say, "Oh, but does the grandparents speak to him or the uncles?" And I said, nobody does. Nobody calls those kids' phones and asks them if they need anything or they have, and they're millionaires and they don't give a flying fuck about those children. Nothing. And guess what my nephews say? We don't fucking need them, and they don't. But my mom and dad, which is their grandparents, they speak to him all the time. Every week they speak to him. Every week on the phone, whether it's in person, every week, guaranteed. And my siblings see my nephews all the time to family functions, see them when they come, they go to each other's houses, they speak to each other and stuff. My side of the family is no problem, but his side of the family is all a bunch of arrogant, rich pricks, and they think they're better than everybody else. But at least the grandmother still gives them money and deposits it in their account. But that's it. But she won't call and say, "Merry Christmas, guys. I love you. I miss you guys. Can you please like come see me, or can we please talk about this?" Nothing. They don't say anything. And his brother and his sister, the uncle and aunt, they don't pick up the phone and say, "Hey guys, your birthday today, I got a gift for you. Can you come pick it up? You got a motorcycle now. Can you come by? I got a gift for you." Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Nothing at all. And when I tell people that, they say, "Wow, that's sad." And I'm like, it's not really sad. I'm glad. That way they don't have to deal with those idiots. And they weren't really involved in their lives anyway. When they were in their lives, they only saw their grandma and grandpa maybe 3 to 4 times a year. That's it. And they would see my parents every week because my nephews didn't like his side of the family because they're not like kids. They're not kid people. Like, they don't care about kids like that. They don't care about them. Because if they did, it would be different. And they're all jealous because they love me. They're all jealous of me because those boys love the shit out of me. See, they're always around me all the time. See, I give them shit all the time, and I always do stuff for them. I always play with them and talk to them and deal with them. Whenever they need anything, I hook them up. They know who to come to. That's why a lot of people in my family are jealous. They're like, how the fuck these kids love this guy and he didn't even have any. It's not about that. You don't have to have kids to love them. The people who don't have kids are the ones who love the kids the most sometimes. And it's so nice to have like the whole family love you, like your uncles, your aunts. It's my mom's side of the family, they all loved kids and they all loved us. Those are my favorite aunties and uncles and godparents. But my dad's side of the family is all a bunch of idiots. So it's the same thing. It's all the same shit. It's sad, but what can you do? Yeah, I need to go get some beauty sleep too. Cause I gotta go work tomorrow and it's already 12:30 here. But when I talk about these things, I get kind of, passionate about it. I don't get emotional. I just get like kind of, I kind of want to like put my 10 cents in because it really pisses me off deep down inside that parents don't give a fuck about their children or the grandparents don't give a fuck or the uncles and aunts don't care. And during a divorce, like you should care. You should like help. You should help those kids. You should show those kids that you give a shit, even though they're, the other side of the family. You know? Yeah, I know, Barb. I try not to talk about it on here too much, but it's been the topic of conversation in here. And from the time I've come on here till now, there's a lot of single parents in here. And I feel for them sometimes because I know that these things happen, you know. But it's okay to talk about it. I don't mind. I don't really get emotional, you know. Ali, if you're not here, somebody else brings it up. It's cool. I don't really, mind it because honestly, I've been through it for the past 7 years. I've dealt with my brother's divorce and I've dealt with my sister's divorce. And those divorces were painful, even though there was nothing to do with me. But seeing those boys deal with that bullshit, it hurt. That's why I stepped in and helped them as much as I can. Because it's not their fault. It's never the children's fault. It's your fault and your spouse's fault. Or one person's fault, not the other. But it doesn't matter whose fault it is. The children suffer no matter what. So if they don't suffer and if they did suffer and now they don't because of the parents are gone, one of the parents gone and you feel better, then that's great. So it might four nephew out of the six nephews, the four that had a divorce, they're better off now without that deadbeat parent. So it was the best thing that happened to them. You see what I mean? And they all four of them said it out of their own mouths. I'm so glad that person's gone. So when I hear that, what do you want me to do? Change their mind? No. They don't want that fucked up dad or mom around them. I agree. I totally agree. And you know what? It's going to make that child a lot stronger. Trust me. Believe me, it does. Because then God takes care of you. Or you have a nice uncle like me. It's simple. Absolutely. I don't mind talking about it because I've been through it. So, not personally, but I've seen my siblings and friends go through it. That's why I like talking about it. All right, Barb. Good night, sweet dreams. Take care. Ninja, Ali, good seeing you guys. Hopefully everything works out. Don't worry. Just let A-Hole see what life is like. Maria, I hope you feel better. Sending you healing energy your way. Go drink some, go get an Epsom salt bath and drink some Gatorade and just think about me and then you'll feel better. It's that simple. I'm the healing of the nation. You know, what you gotta do is when you go to sleep, just think about me. Oh yeah, Mark. Yes, Mark. Yes, I love you too, Mark. And you just fall asleep and you'll feel better. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple. All right, guys. I'm finished talking shit now. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Bye.